Good morning everyone. Today we will start with our Unit 5, the adjective and its kinds. Children, we have already done what are nouns. Okay, nouns are what? They are names of person, place, animals or things. Now, what are adjectives? Adjectives are describing words. Like nouns were naming words, adjectives, they are describing words and they describe nouns. Let us see. All describing words are adjectives and they describe nouns. Adjectives, they always describe nouns. Like, let us take some examples. Suppose I take a table. Okay, table is a noun. Now when I say a wooden table, now the word wooden is describing how the table is. So the word wooden is adjective. Like a small mouse. Mouse is noun, okay, and the word small is describing the mouse. How the mouse is, okay, it is of what kind? So the mouse is small. So small is adjective. Next, a happy boy. Boy is a noun, okay, and the word happy is describing the boy. So the word happy is adjective because it is describing the noun. Now let us see some kinds of adjectives. The first kind of adjective is adjectives of quality. Adjective of quality tell us of what kind a noun is. It answers the question of what kind. Like for example, the rose is a beautiful flower. Now flower is noun, okay, and the word beautiful is describing that the flower is of what kind. It is beautiful. The answer you get is the word beautiful. Flower is beautiful. So beautiful is adjective of quality. It tells the quality of the flower. Next we come to adjectives of quantity. Now adjectives of quantity, they tell us how much of a thing is meant. Now how much of a thing? Okay, like there is little water in the jug. Now how much water is there in the jug? Little water. The question which you are going to ask is how much, and the answer you get is little. So how much water is there? There is little water. So the word little is adjective of quantity. Okay. Now here one more thing which we have to remember, that adjectives of quantity is used for those nouns which are uncountable, because you cannot count water. Okay, you can just tell the quantity of it. For example, if I say we had some rice. Now you cannot count the rice. So that some word will be adjective of quantity. Okay, so the words adjectives of quantity, they are used with those nouns which are uncountable, like water. So here little is adjective of quantity. Now let us come to the next. Here, adjectives of number. They tell us how many persons or things are meant, and it answers the question how many. See the example, the spider has 8 legs. Now if you ask the question how many legs? 8 legs. The answer you get is 8. So this word is adjectives of number. It tells us how many. If I say I have 2 pencils. So how many pencils I have? I have 2 pencils. So the word like 2, 5, 8, these are adjectives of number. But other than that, if I say that few people are standing outside. Now The word few is also adjective of number because the people who are standing outside, we can count them. Adjectives of number is used with countable nouns which can be counted. So here the word 8 is adjectives of number. Next we come to demonstrative adjectives. Like children, when you have to point out something, the words which we use are this, that, these, those. If you have to point out and show some beautiful flower outside, you will say that look at that flower. So the words like this, that, these, those, these are demonstrative adjectives because they point out at the persons or things, okay, and they answer the question which. Okay, if you have to say if you are asking which book, you can say that book. So the words which are used to point out at someone, these words are called demonstrative adjectives. Like look at that picture. So which picture? That picture. So the word that is demonstrative adjective. Now the next is interrogative adjectives. Now words like what, which and whose, they ask questions, okay. So these words are interrogative adjectives. Like which house is yours, okay. The word which is interrogative adjective. It is answering the question which, okay. The which house is yours. So these are the words which ask questions. Now one thing which we have to keep in mind, and that is very important, that interrogative adjectives like which, what, whose, they will always come just before the noun. House is the noun which we are describing, so the word which will come just before it, okay. This we have to remember. Now next is possessive adjectives. Now possessive adjective, they show us the possession, they show us the belonging, okay. So the words like my, yours, our, his, her, these words, they help us in showing the belongings. Like this is my book. So whose book? My book. That is your pen. Whose pen? Your pen. It shows your possession. It shows that the pen belongs to you. Okay. Now here also this is very important that these words like my, your, our, these words will also come right before the noun which we are describing, okay. So we have done adjectives. What are adjectives? They are describing words, and we have these kinds of adjectives. Children, now we will start with unit 6, articles, a and the. So what are articles? A and the. Now before we start the use of articles, like where we are going to use a and the, it is important to know what are vowels and what are consonants. So we have done that earlier also, but let us revise once again. Now what are vowels? A, E, I, O, U. These 5 letters are vowels. Now, after leaving these 5 letters, whatever letters are there, they are consonants like B, C, D, etc. Okay, so these are vowels and here these are consonants. Now, let us see where we have to use a, and the, how to use it. Like first we will start with a. Now a is used before a word beginning with a consonant sound. Okay, now this is very important. Here we are not talking about the words which begin with consonant letters. We are not talking about that. We are talking about the words which start with a consonant sound. Here, when we are learning about articles, very important to know that here sound matters. Okay? For example, we will see few examples. A bicycle. Now the word bicycle starts with letter B. Okay, now B is a consonant. Okay, B is a consonant, plus when we say bicycle, the starting sound is also of B. Okay, that is why we use a before bicycle. Here we have a girl. Now when we say girl, G is consonant, plus when we are saying the pronunciation of girl, the starting sound is also of G. It is also of a consonant sound. Okay, that is why before girl we are using a. We say a girl. Now, here I have written a 1 rupee note. When we say 1, here it starts with O. Now O is a vowel, but what I have already told you that here it does not matter, the spelling will not matter, the sound will matter. When you pronounce a word, what sound it starts with. Now when we say 1, the starting sound is of W. Okay, it is of W, and W is a consonant. That is why before this we will put a. We will always say a 1 rupee note. Okay, so very important is the sound. Now, when to use an? An is used before a word beginning with a vowel sound. Here also it is very important to understand that the words which are starting with vowel sound, before that we always put an. Okay, or a silent H. Let us see the examples. An orange. Now when we say the word orange, it starts with O. O is a vowel, plus when we are pronouncing that word, the pronunciation of orange, the starting sound is also of O, and that is why we put an before orange. Similarly, we have an apple. When we say apple, the sound which we get is of A, and A is a vowel, and so before apple we will put an. Now please see this one, an honest man. Now here when we say the word honest, H is silent. We do not pronounce H. Okay, the sound of H is not there. And when you pronounce the word honest, the starting sound that you get is of O. And O is a vowel. And so before this we are putting an. So we always say an honest man. Or we can say, when we say like I am an hour late, an hour, H-O-U-R, okay, but the pronunciation is of R. So there also we will put an. Now this was how to use a, and this is how to use an. Please remember that a and an are always used with singular nouns, not with plural nouns. Okay, you will not say a girls. We will not say a girls. Okay, it is always a and an are always used with singular nouns, and they are not used before some particular person or place. So we always these a and an, these are also called indefinite article. We will see the use of the and then I will explain you further. The is used before a particular person or thing. The is always used when you are talking about a particular person or a thing or a place. For example, with girl I have used a, okay, and I have explained you also why we are using a before girl. But the same sentence you see here, the girl holding a pink bag. Now here before girl we are using the. We are not using a because we are talking of a particular girl who is holding a pink bag. Here you are talking about a particular person, and that is why before girl we will use the. Okay, or for example we can say like the man who is standing there. So are we talking about any man? No, we are talking about only a particular man who is standing there. So when you talk about a particular person, you will always use the before it. Okay, now because the is used before a particular person or a thing, that is why the is a definite article. It is called a definite article. And a and an, these are called indefinite because when we are using a and an, here we are not talking about any particular person or a definite thing. Now one more part is there. The is used before many other things. We will discuss one by one. The is used before the names of rivers. Like when you say the Ganga, the Yamuna. Then oceans, okay, like the Pacific Ocean. Mountain ranges, like the Himalayas. Then famous buildings, like the Taj Mahal, the Red Fort. You will not say that Taj Mahal is a beautiful monument. You will not say that. You will say the Taj Mahal is a beautiful monument. Then holy books. Before the names of holy books also we place the, like the Mahabharata, the Ramayana, etc. Then we have some unique objects like sun, moon, earth. So when in a sentence you are using these words, we place the before them, like the sun shines brightly. Okay, so this was the use of the. The is a definite article. It is used with a particular person or a thing. A and an are used with when we are talking of like not a particular person in general. Okay, and one more thing to remember, a and an are always used with a singular noun. Children, next unit is unit 7, adverbs and kinds of adverbs. We have done earlier what are verbs. What are verbs? They are action words. Okay. Now, adverbs tell us how the action is done. Now, whenever we have any kind of verb, you think of a verb like singing, dancing, walking, etc. Now there are some words which add to the meaning of the verb. Okay, they tell us something more about the verb. Okay, so those words are called adverbs. They add to the meaning of the verb. They are called adverbs. So the adverbs are those words which tell us how the action is done. Verbs are action words, and how they are done, this is told by the words which are known as adverbs. They add to the meaning of the verbs. Let us see examples. She sang sweetly. Now here the verb, what is the action being done? This, singing, sang, okay. Now how this action was done? It was done sweetly. So the word sweetly is adverb because it is telling us how the action is done. Second is the child played happily. Now here what is the verb? What is the action being done? Played. The child is playing. Now how the action is being done? Happily. So the word happily is adverb. It is telling us how the action is being done, or you can say that these words are adding something more to the meaning of the verb. Now we have three kinds of adverbs. Let us see the first one. First is adverbs of manner. Adverbs of manner tell us how the action is done. Okay? Adverb of manner, in what manner the action was done or how the action was done. It answers the question how. Okay? Let us see two examples. First is the soldiers fought bravely. Now what is the action in this sentence? What is being done? Fought. This is the action. How it is being done? Bravely. So you will ask yourself the question, how the action is being done? It is being done bravely. So this is adverb of manner. Next one, the horse ran fast. Now what is the action here? Ran. How it was done? Fast. So the word fast is what? Adverb of manner. Children, in your exercises also there is one exercise where you have to underline the adverb. So that you can do. Once you know what are adverbs, you can underline the adverbs. Now you also have to tell that those adverbs which you have underlined are of what kind. Okay, you have to mention the kind. Now when you are doing that kind of exercise, once you have underlined the adverbs, like here you have underlined bravely, you have underlined fast. Now when you want to know that it is of which kind, what kind it is, so you will ask yourself the question, just think what action is being done. Okay, once you know that this action is being done, you ask yourself how. Okay, here, so you will get the answer bravely. So you know that adverb of manner tells us how the action is done, and so this is adverb of manner. Next is adverbs of place. Adverbs of place tell us where the action is done. Now it answers the question where. Whatever is being done, suppose a child is playing or someone is eating or drinking, now where the action is being done. The example is, he has gone upstairs. Now there in the first example, the action being done is gone. That is the verb. Now where it is done? Upstairs. Okay. So it answers the question where. That is adverbs of place. Next is come in and sit down. Here there are two verbs, come and sit. Now where these actions are being done? So the answer is come in. So in is adverb of place and sit down. Down is adverb of place. It shows where the action is being done. Next is adverbs of time. Now it tells us when the action is done. Whatever action is being done, at what time it is taking place or at what time it has been done. That will be adverbs of time. For example, Rohan came today. What action was done by Rohan? Came. Now, when he came today. So, the word today is adverb of time. Next sentence is, we rise early. What is the verb over here, or what action is being done? Rise. When it is being done? Early. So, the words like today, tomorrow, yesterday, early, late, like she came late. When did she come? Late. So, these words are called adverbs of time. Like these examples which I have given you. Now, if you have to find out of what, for example, here you have the verbs like rise, came, okay. So, now if you want to know that it is of what kind of adverb it is, so you ask the question like Rohan came today. Can you ask the question like how did Rohan come? If you ask the question how, are you getting any answer? No, because the answer is today, and today does not show how the action is done. It shows when the action is done. Okay, so you will come to know that today is adverbs of time. Okay, so this is how in the exercises where you have to underline the adverbs and you have to mention the kinds, this is how you think in your mind. Okay, there are 3 questions which you can ask: how the action is done, where the action is done, and when the action is done. The answer that you get will be either adverbs of manner, adverbs of time, or adverbs of place. Now let us start with Unit 8, pronoun. The pronoun and its kinds. Children, we have done nouns earlier. Okay, now what are nouns? We have to just revise once again nouns so that we understand what are pronouns. Now what are nouns? Nouns are names of person, place, animal or thing. Okay, now what are pronouns? Pronouns are words which are used in place of nouns. They are called pronouns. It is very simple. Words which are used in place of nouns are called pronouns. Okay, like generally whenever we speak or write, we cannot keep on repeating the nouns in each and every sentence. For example, Tom is a good boy. Now here we are talking about Tom, and Tom is a noun, proper noun. Now whenever we are talking further about Tom, we cannot keep on saying the word Tom again and again. If we say Tom is a good boy, Tom works hard, I have met Tom. Again and again, repeatedly, we cannot keep on using the nouns. So, in place of noun, the words which we use are called pronouns. Again we will read, Tom is a good boy, he works hard, I have met him. Now in these 3 sentences, in place of Tom, what words we have used? He and him. So the words like he and him are pronouns. Why? Because they are used in place of nouns. So the words which are used in place of nouns are called pronouns. We have kinds of pronouns. The first one is personal pronoun. Now personal pronouns are used in place of the names of person or things. When we are using in a sentence, when we are using a person's name or a thing's name, then in place of that, whatever pronouns we are going to use, those pronouns are called personal pronouns. Like in this example again we can see that he and him, here we have used these words in place of the name Tom. Okay, so these are personal pronouns. Now here we have this in 3 different persons. We have first person, second person and third person. Here whatever I have written, all these are all pronouns, personal pronouns, but here according to the first person, second person and third person, it has been divided. Now for example, now first person, I, me, we. These pronouns are used for the first person. Now what do we mean by first person? First person refers to the person who is speaking. Okay, right now for example, I am speaking. So what I have used? The word I. So I is a pronoun, it is of the first person. Then we have second person. Second person refers to the person to whom we are speaking. I am speaking to you. So what pronoun I have used? You. Okay, so you is used for the person to whom we are talking, that is the second person. Third person, it refers to the person about whom we are talking. If we are talking about a girl, we will use the word she for her, and if we are talking about a boy, we might use he for him. Okay, like if I am speaking to you, I will say that she is my friend. So the word I have used, the pronoun for that third person I have used is she. So the third person refers to the person about whom we are talking, and these are the pronouns like he, she, it and they. So this was the first kind of pronoun, that is the personal pronoun. Now we have the second pronoun, that is demonstrative pronoun. Now demonstrative pronouns, they point out the object. For example, if I have to point out at my book which is kept over here, I will say this is a book. Okay, I will use the word this is a book. So again, the words like this, that, these, those, these words are used to point out at the object, and when the words which are used for pointing out are called demonstrative pronouns. Now here you must be remembering that in adjective also we had demonstrative adjectives. So there is a difference between demonstrative pronoun and demonstrative adjective, because the words are same, this, that, these, those. The words are same, but where you are placing it, that will show you the difference. For example, we will look at these two sentences. First sentence is this is a book. Second sentence is this book is mine. Now here the noun, what is the noun? The noun in both the sentences is book. Okay. Now the demonstrative word, that is this, which we are using, in the first sentence it is placed far from the noun. Okay, it is not just before the noun. Now when these words like this, that, these, those, when they are not placed just before the noun, then these are called demonstrative pronouns. But if the same word like this, when it is placed just before the noun, then it will be called as demonstrative adjective. Then the same word this will become adjective. Here it is a pronoun, here it is adjective. The difference is only where you are placing that word. Understood? Because in your exercises you will be having such kind of exercises where they will be giving you words, many sentences where you will have words like this, that, these, those, and you have to write there whether they are demonstrative pronoun or they are demonstrative adjective. Okay, so when you are doing such kind of exercises, you have to see where they are placed. Now third we come to reflexive pronouns. Okay, now for that first we are going to read few examples. First is he has hurt himself. Second is you should do it yourself. Third is they did it themselves. Okay, so here himself, yourself and themselves, these words are reflexive pronouns. Okay, all these words like itself, himself, herself, yourself, all these words are reflexive pronouns. Why? Because here you have a few pronouns here like he, you and they. Now here the action which is being done, okay, so here the doer of the action, in the first sentence the action is hurt. Now who is the doer of the action? He. And who is the receiver of the action? He himself, the same person. When the same person is the doer and the receiver of the action, then these words are reflexive pronouns. Okay, here the doer of the action is also the receiver of the action. Like I hurt myself, she did it herself. Now we come to the fourth one, that is interrogative pronouns. Now the words like who, whom, which, what, they ask questions. Okay, so these words which ask questions, these are interrogative pronouns. Here we have example like which is your book. So here the word which is asking the question. But just similar to demonstrative pronoun, as I have explained you here, same will be the condition over here. Like we have interrogative adjective also, we have interrogative pronouns also. So how will you come to know the difference between the two? Because the words, or you can say the question words which we are using are almost the same. So here what we are going to do is we will see again where these words are placed. So according to that you can understand whether it is interrogative pronoun or interrogative adjective. Let us see the example. Which is your house? One more I have written, which house is yours? The two sentences, these two examples, the meaning is same. The only thing is we have changed the arrangement of the words. Like here we will have which is here also and which is here also. Now what is the noun? Noun is the house, here also and here also. But where we have placed the word which, here when it is a pronoun it will not be placed just before the noun, but when it is adjective it will be placed just before the noun. This is the noun and it is placed just before that. So here is the difference between interrogative pronouns and interrogative adjectives, because even in your exercises you have these kind of exercises where you have to differentiate. Okay. Let us start Unit 9, the preposition. Now, what are prepositions? Before we come to the definition or understand what is prepositions, we are going to read out few sentences, okay, and it will help us to understand what are prepositions. Now, I have written 5 sentences on the board. Now, the first one is, the book is on the box. Second, the book is in the box. Third one, the book is near the box. Fourth, the book is behind the books, and the fifth one is the book is beside the books. Now if you see all the 5 sentences, here we have used 2 nouns, okay. We have used book and box. In all the 5 sentences, we are talking about the book and the box. Okay, now the words that show the relation in which one person or thing stands to another person or thing, those are called prepositions. That means it shows the relation between the words. Now here we have used book and box. Now when you read all the sentences, you will see that what is changing here is like the words like on, in, near, behind and beside. In the first sentence, where the book is placed on the box. What is the position of the book? It is on the box. Now when we come to the second sentence, now here the relation between the book and the box will change. In the first sentence it was on the box. Now here the relation between the book and the box is changing because we have placed the word in. Now in the second sentence the book is placed in the box. Similarly in the third one, the book is near the box. Fourth one, it is behind, and fifth one, it is beside. So these words like on, in, near, behind and beside, these words are called prepositions because here they are showing us the relation between these 2 words like book and box. Okay, so the words that show the relation in which one person or thing stands to another person or thing, such words are called prepositions. Okay, they will also tell you the position of the things. Like when you look around your house, you will when you're talking about the things, you will say like my phone is kept on the table. Okay, I am sitting on the chair. Maybe the bag is kept under the table. Like that, my clothes are inside the cupboard. So the words are here, these words are telling you the position of the things, okay, and here these are called prepositions. Now we have 2 prepositions, like we can divide it into prepositions of place. Few words will tell you where the thing or people are, and few prepositions will tell you that when the action or event happens. Now first one is preposition of place. Here it will tell you where the person or things are. Whatever we have used here, okay, the prepositions which we have used over here, they are telling us where the thing is, like where the book is. Okay, the book is on the box, in the box, like that. There are few more words like under, above, over, these. So all these words are prepositions. They are telling us where the person is or where the things are. Now we have prepositions of time. Here they tell us when an action or event happens. Here are few examples. These are from your book. The child played from 4 p.m. to 6 p.m. Now the words like from and to, they are telling the time, like from what time to what time the child was playing. Then we have we went to the zoo on Sunday. So here it is like when we went to the zoo. So we went on Sunday. Third is the moon shines at night. When? At night. So these are the words like from, to, on, at. These words are prepositions of time. Okay, so what are prepositions? All those words which show us the relation between the two words, okay, like the relation between the book and the box. So here it is, these are the words which are called the preposition. They tell us the position of the things. So these are prepositions. So children, we have completed till unit 9, okay, and that is your half yearly portion. Thank you.